Have you ever pondered what the world might be like if the underdog didn't occasionally triumph? Consider the story of Crazy Horse, a Native American war leader. In the heartland of North America, a land of rolling plains and towering mountains, a child was born into the Oglala Lakota tribe in the early 1840s. This child, named Crazy Horse, would grow to become one of the most formidable and enigmatic leaders of his people. Crazy Horse was not born a leader, nor did he inherit the role. His rise to prominence was a testament to his courage, tenacity, and strategic genius. From a young age he demonstrated remarkable bravery, participating in his first raid at the tender age of 12. His courage was not reckless but purposeful, driven by a deep love for his people and a fierce desire to protect their way of life. As he grew older, Crazy Horse's reputation as a warrior spread throughout the plains. His leadership was not characterized by loud proclamations or grand gestures, but by quiet strength and strategic foresight. He led not from the front, but from within, sharing the dangers and hardships of his people. His strategic acumen was unparalleled, his understanding of the land and the enemy profound. He would use these skills to devastating effect in the battles to come, outmaneuvering forces that vastly outnumbered his own. Yet despite his growing reputation, Crazy Horse remained an enigma. He was a man of few words, preferring to let his actions speak for him. His life was marked by paradoxes: a warrior who sought peace, a leader who shunned the spotlight, a visionary who lived in the moment. Crazy Horse was not just a leader, he was a symbol of resistance and resilience. His name evoked fear in his enemies and inspired hope in his people. His story is a testament to the power of the human spirit, a testament to the idea that even the underdog can triumph against overwhelming odds. Crazy Horse, a man of mystery and paradox, would soon find himself at the center of one of history's most infamous battles. The stage was set for a confrontation that would become a symbol of Native American resistance. As tensions escalated in the late 19th century, the discovery of gold in the Black Hills of South Dakota ignited a spark that would soon ignite into a roaring flame. The Black Hills, sacred to the Lakota people, were suddenly swarmed with prospectors, miners, and settlers, all lured by the possibility of untold riches. This influx of outsiders not only threatened the Lakota's way of life, but also violated the Fort Laramie Treaty of 1868, which had guaranteed the Lakota's ownership of the Black Hills. The U.S. government, however, was more interested in seizing this newfound wealth than in upholding the treaty. In an attempt to quell the growing unrest, the U.S. government offered to buy the Black Hills from the Lakota. However, the Lakota, led by influential leaders like Crazy Horse, refused to sell their sacred land. The government's response was swift and uncompromising. They issued an ultimatum: the Lakota must sell the Black Hills or risk being branded as hostile and face military action. This ultimatum was not only ignored but met with staunch resistance from the Lakota and their allies, the Cheyenne and Arapaho. For them, this was not just about land or gold. It was about preserving their way of life, their culture, and their spiritual heritage. They would not be moved, they would not be intimidated, and they certainly would not be bought. As the deadline of the ultimatum passed, the U.S. government prepared for a military campaign. The goal was clear: to relocate the hostile Lakota, Cheyenne, and Arapaho onto reservations, by force if necessary. The U.S. Army, confident of their superior firepower and numbers, were certain of their victory. But they underestimated the determination and spirit of the Native American forces. Crazy Horse, Sitting Bull, and other leaders rallied their warriors, preparing for the inevitable conflict. With the government's ultimatum ignored, the stage was set for the Battle of Little Bighorn. An underestimation of Native American forces would lead to one of the most shocking military defeats in U.S. history. This was the Battle of Little Bighorn, an encounter that unfolded on a scorching June day in 1876. The U.S. Army, led by Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer, confidently rode into the heart of the Great Sioux Reservation, expecting a swift victory. They were, however, met by an alliance of Native American forces including the Lakota, Northern Cheyenne, and Arapaho tribes. The Native Americans, though outnumbered, were not outmatched. A key player in this historic encounter was Crazy Horse, a respected war leader of the Oglala Lakota. His strategic prowess would prove instrumental in the battle. As Custer's men advanced, Crazy Horse and his warriors executed a brilliant counterattack. Using the rugged landscape to their advantage, they managed to surround and isolate Custer's forces. Custer, famously known for his Custer's Last Stand, found himself and his men trapped on a hilltop, with no chance of escape. The Native Americans, led by Crazy Horse, pressed the attack relentlessly. In a stunning turn of events, Custer and his entire detachment were wiped out. This was a testament to Crazy Horse's strategic brilliance and the fierce determination of the Native American forces. The Battle of Little Bighorn was not just a military engagement, it was a statement, a defiant stand by the Native Americans against the U.S. government's encroachment on their lands. Crazy Horse, with his indomitable spirit and tactical acumen, was at the forefront of this resistance. In the annals of American history, the Battle of Little Bighorn stands as a stark reminder of the cost of underestimating one's adversary. It underscores the importance of respecting and understanding the cultures and territories we seek to engage with. In a matter of hours, the Battle of Little Bighorn was over, with an outcome that shocked the nation. The echoes of the Battle of Little Bighorn continue to reverberate through history. In the immediate aftermath of that fateful day in June of 1876, the United States was shaken to its core. News of the defeat sent shockwaves across the nation, stirring up a whirlwind of emotions, from disbelief and fear to indignation and calls for vengeance. The U.S. government's response was swift and brutal. Military campaigns intensified, leading to harsher conditions for the Lakota and other Plains tribes. The Battle of Little Bighorn, rather than being the triumphant victory it initially seemed for the Native Americans, became a catalyst for their eventual subjugation. Yet the battle also marked a turning point in public perception. The narrative of Native Americans as savages began to be questioned by some. The bravery and tactical brilliance of the Lakota and their allies, particularly Crazy Horse, were recognized. And while this didn't lead to immediate changes in policy, it did sow the seeds for a more nuanced understanding of Native American history and culture. In the long term, the Battle of Little Bighorn became a symbol of resistance against the encroachment of the U.S. government. The Lakota and their allies may have eventually surrendered, but they did so without ever truly relinquishing their spirit or their pride. Their courage, tenacity, and resilience continue to inspire indigenous peoples and others around the world today. And then, there's Crazy Horse, the enigmatic leader whose bravery and tactical genius turned the tide of the battle. His legacy is as complex as the man himself. Seen by some as a warrior and by others as a martyr, Crazy Horse stands as an enduring symbol of resistance and freedom. His life and actions continue to spark debate and inspire admiration, reminding us of the indomitable spirit of those who fought against the odds. Crazy Horse's legacy, like the Battle of Little Bighorn itself, remains a poignant reminder of a tragic era in American history. In the end, what can we learn from Crazy Horse and the Battle of Little Bighorn? Crazy Horse, a name that echoes through the annals of American history, stands as a beacon of resistance, courage, and the will to fight for one's people. His leadership in the Battle of Little Bighorn is a testament to his strategic brilliance and unyielding spirit. But beyond that, it is a story of how the underestimated can seize the day, turning the tables on their oppressors. The Battle of Little Bighorn, often remembered as Custer's last stand, was a confrontation that reverberated through the lands, its shockwaves shaping the future. It was a clash of cultures, a desperate struggle for survival, underpinned by a deep-seated desire for freedom. It was a battle where the Native American tribes, led by warriors like Crazy Horse, defied all odds to claim a victory that would be etched in the pages of history. The themes of resistance and courage are woven into the fabric of this story. Crazy Horse, a man of few words, led by example, his actions speaking louder than any speech could. His strategic acumen, combined with a deep love for his people and their way of life, spurred him on to face an enemy that seemed invincible. And then there's the consequence of underestimation. The United States Army, confident in their superior numbers and firepower, expected an easy victory. They grossly underestimated the resolve of Crazy Horse and his people, leading to their stunning defeat. It's a stark reminder that the size of the fight in the dog can far outweigh the size of the dog in the fight. Perhaps the lessons of Crazy Horse and the Battle of Little Bighorn are ones we would do well to remember, that courage can defy odds, that underdogs can triumph, and that history is often written by those who dare to defy expectations. Did Crazy Horse's story of courage and defiance resonate with you? If so, hit the subscribe button. Our channel offers intriguing tales from history, ready to educate, entertain, and inspire. Stay tuned for more captivating stories. Until next, keep exploring. Thanks for watching.